Maya Angelou. Each time a woman stands up for herself, she stands up for all women. Today, in this room, we are surrounded by women who exactly do that. With this spirit, I set the tone for the day. My name is Hengna. I'm the Executive Secretary of Wenn and the founder of Runway Nagaland. So it is my honor to welcome all of you and also the most important guest for today. That's some amazing and beautiful woman out here. And our keynote speaker, Mr. P. Bulte, GM NABARD, distinguished guests, speakers, and all our dear friends. And also our executives and associates.
Let me read the word of God for every one of us, and I want to bless this Bible verse. Psalms 90:17 says, "May the favor of the Lord our God rest on us. Establish the work of our hands for us. Yes, establish the work of our hands." And many of you here, most of the women, you have worked beyond the unseen areas, right? Might not be recognized by or not get certificate or something, anything, the medals or anything. But may the Lord bless the unseen works that you are doing behind the scenes. Right? As I bless this word, I would like to say the word of prayer. Yeah. God, we want to say thank you for this opportunity.
Good evening to every one of you. How many of us can say that I am blessed? Can you raise your hand? Yes, I am blessed, and I am here today because of God's grace, because of His bountiful blessings. So as I sing this song, may each of us be reminded of how blessed we are, and let this be your prayer to God for all the blessings that He has bestowed upon our lives. I may never climb a mountain, though I can see the world from there. I may never ride the waves and taste the salty ocean air, or build up a bridge that will last 100 years. But no matter where the road leads, one thing is always clear. I am blessed. I am blessed. When I rise up in the morning, till I lay my head to rest, I feel you near me. Lord, you soothe me when I'm weary. Oh Lord, for all the worst I know the best. I am. Today, we are proud to recognize 4 such remarkable women whose journey truly inspire us. Each of them represents a different path: entrepreneurship, community development, creativity, and global achievement. But there is something in common: determination to create opportunity not only for themselves but for others as well. Today, we recognize these women who has made even more. The recognition is even more meaningful with the support of NABARD and the platform provided by Wenn, which continues to promote entrepreneurship and community development across the region. These 4 women remind us that progress does not always come from large institutions or big cities. Often it begins with individuals who take a leap of faith and the first step, who work quietly but consistently, and who lift others along the way. As we celebrate them today, we also celebrate the countless women across Nagaland who are shaping family, communities in future. There were so many women to choose from, but after the voting system from the members, we have selected 4 remarkable women, and 3 of them are present here today. One, since she is from Miklat, she could not come, but she has sent a representative to represent her. So let's start with number 1, Mrs. Mungshai. In a district like Miklat, where opportunities can be limited and challenges are many, Mungshai has shown extraordinary resilience. Against the odds, she has built successful business and continues to work closely with farmers and women in the community. By providing skill training and promoting value addition using local resources, she is helping people turn what they already have into sustainable livelihood. Her work is a reminder that change often begins at the crossroads. May I call upon the representative sent by Mungshai, and also may I call Sir General Manager of NABARD to give away the facilitation. The second one is the founder of Zuni Pickle. I'm sure everyone knows what Zuni is, Mrs. Supungtula. Through her food entrepreneurship, she has found a creative way to celebrate the rich ingredients of the Northeast. Her pickles are not just products, they represent tradition, identity and innovation by transforming all local flavors into a growing business. She is showing how traditional knowledge can become a source of economic empowerment. May I call upon Mrs. Supungtula Ayer to come and get a certificate. The third person is Sopon Chiu. With passion and dedication, she has built a platform around handmade beauty and fashion product. Her work encourages self-resilience and support the idea that creativity can also become a livelihood. Through her efforts, she is inspiring many young people to believe in their own skills and ideas. One more, sir. And finally, we have Miss Eddie Ingia. I cannot pronounce her full name. Her journey is a powerful example of persistence and innovation. Through hard work and determination, she has achieved recognition within the global Oriflame community. Her success story shows that someone from our region can dream big and reach international heights. Yes.
Congrats, ma'am. How many cards is that?
Thank you, sir. Yes. Let us continue to support, encourage, and create opportunity for women to grow. Once again, congratulations to our honorees and a very happy International Women's Day to everyone here.
Now, a special thanks to Wenn team for organizing, willing to partner with us despite our, little bit not that flexible sometimes, but they are ready to participate, collaborate with us, and this event has taken place. I believe that there were 2 workshops there in the forenoon, and I hope that the participants enjoyed and let's pick up some tips from that program. Now before coming to my speech. This year, why we put this photo of a lady planting rice, apparently rice, is that UN has declared this year 2026 as International Year for Women Farmers, to recognize women farmers and to encourage and inspire, motivate every country, member country, to do more for the women farmers. Okay, so Nabat, as I have spoken last year in the previous event also, from the beginning of Nabat till now and going forward also, we are very much close to women. So the women empowerment programs dedicated for women are at the core of Nabat's activities. So this is the reason why we inserted this image. And then since we are going to have very interesting this one life journey from lady friends, so I will not take much time. First, I just wanted to remind you of one verse in the Bible. May not be very relevant or maybe relevant also. Is Proverbs chapter 14 verse 23, which says that all hard work leads to profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. So many of us are entrepreneurs, already having our own enterprises, and some are upcoming. So let us always believe in this Bible verse, commit ourselves that if we work hard, this is not only for school going kids or college going kids, but for every one of us. Whatever be our work, our job, if we dedicate fully ourselves and work hard, there is always going to be a profit, a reward for that. But if we keep on talking and without really doing anything, then it will only leads to poverty, which can be in terms of financial poverty or knowledge poverty or any type of poverty.
It doesn't take much time. And today is the day, a special occasion, fully dedicated for the woman, to reflect on how far we have achieved, and also for the future and the journey that we have to undertake. So this poem that I'm going to recite, it reflects on the indomitable spirit of the women that we have, for the courage, strength, and the resilience, despite having faced so many challenges in our life, as a mother, as a sister, as a daughter, or as an innovator, as a change maker, as a leader. So this is a poem called Still I Rise, and it is written by Maya and Angelo. Here it goes. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trot me in the very dirt, but still, like this, I will rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with the gloom? Cause I write like I have got old walls pumping in my living room, just like the moons and the like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like the hope springing high, still I will rise. Did you want to see me broken? Both head and the lowered eyes, sources falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my hauntedness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard? Cause I laugh like I have got gold mines at the meeting of my ties. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like here, I will rise. Out of the hurts of the history's same, I rise. Up from a past that is rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping at a wide, welling and a swelling, I veer in tide. Leaving behind a night of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that is wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gift that my ancestor gave, I am the dream and the hope of a slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. And once again, I would like to take this opportunity to wish each and every one woman present here with a strong personality, with a different strength and the resilience. So Happy International Women's Day, and all power to you. It is a time to give the equality and courage to each and every woman out there to gain the prosperity and progress in the society, in the family, communities, as well as a nation. Thank you so much.
I'm Rongsun Moma Jamir, Dimapur chapter head and an executive associate in Wenn, and I am the proprietor of Mixed Big Enterprise Nagaland. So happy to see all the wonderful women and also the team from Nabat here today. Actually, I am quite impressed by how, every woman, though you're like too busy and packed up with all your personal works, you came in today to give yourself a time to say, this is our day, this is my day. Thank you, everyone. And also, I want to address and celebrate Tanushri, right? Thank you, Tanushri. Thank you. I always feel myself alone when I'm standing for a recital or things like that, but today I have a partner. And this is going to be something very big, because today I stand here on behalf of all women. On behalf of all women, in honor and celebration of Les Memtons Lao. I hope you're all aware of who she was. She was an Indian poet and also known as a fiction writer. And as I stand here, I would also want to celebrate Mem, she's out there, Anula Zoe Lunkamer, who is the founder and curator of this beautiful space, Tiaki, that we are all seated in here. This is Woman by Tamsila Au, from her collection of poems, 1988 to 2007, book of songs under the collection Songs That Tell, 1988. So this poem, it comes in a line with what she read just now. It tells that it is a poem very powerfully describing the historical, social, and cultural subjugation of women. And this poem highlights the specific operation of women while acknowledging their spirit of rebellion and resilience. That enables them to take courageous step forward. So as I go through this reading, I hope you will reflect back on how us as a woman are, and we are here celebrating today for the victory that we have had, and we are going forward with it. Nature fashioned her thus, to hold the burden, to hold the seed, and feed every other need but hers. Time perpetuated her assignment, and custom prevailed even when she cried and wailed in her protest. Man beguiled her into submission, thus establishing timeless dominance, while he foraged and strayed. Religion sanctified, dogma petrified, for the convenient mold of mother, lover, and beast of burden. But woman, thus fashioned, thus oppressed, beguiled and betrayed, sometimes rebelled, to break the mold and shake off the hold that nature devised and man improvised. So woman begat such deviants to spun men and custom. Bodhisya and Godiva, Clytemnestra and Cleopatra, Medea and Bosia, and etc. Happy International Women's Day.
An intention to be somewhere at some time, and so I'm very happy that all of you have made it here, the Tyaki Nagaland Art Space. And Wenn has also given me the opportunity of speaking with their invited guests, so I feel very privileged and honored to be able to ask them a few questions about their life's journey, and I hope all of us here can be inspired by what they say. So there are three guests, but we all decided that it would be better if we speak to one guest at a time, so that we go a little bit more in depth, instead of like passing on the question from one to the other. So there is no particular order, but just at the top of my head, let me just invite Miss Alole first, so I can speak with her. Invitation to be here as we celebrate the International Women's Day for 2026.
Thank you, Wenn, for the opportunity, and I am so privileged and honored to be a part of this beautiful program.
So Alole, you are the director, is it, of Miklat, or what is the position exactly?
In a ministry, well, the position is director, but we usually go with the nomenclature coordinator.
Coordinators, okay. So, you're the coordinator today, but you started somewhere, in like maybe many years ago. It's been many years ago. So I just want to understand, what was the inspiration behind your passion for this mission? Because I don't think it's a very easy mission, no?
So before I get into how I joined Miklat, let me just brief you about what Miklat is all about and then how it started. And I didn't start this ministry. Miklat is a social and a faith-based organization under the Nagaland Baptist Church Council Women's Department. So how it started was that the women in the 21st century, in the year 2001, they had a big celebration, they had a conference, and then at the end of the 3 days conference, they came up with a resolution that they have to address the issues, the social issues of the women, and that was when, they came up with the thought that they will have a ministry called Miklat. So Miklat was formed in 2004 and officially launched in 2005.
Can you give us a little detail about what does Miklat mean, and how was it chosen to be the name of the organization?
So Miklat is a Hebrew word for refuge or shelter. So as the name implies, Miklat offers shelter to girls, women that are at risk, that are victims of trafficking, that are victims of sexual exploitation, women who have dropped out of schools, women that are also that runs liquor business, women that are substance abusers, women infected with HIV and AIDS.
It's not very easy, huh?
Not easy.
How did you So what is your whole approach? What is your approach to, talking or even relating with all these young girls and women who come to seek refuge and shelter in the organization?
So for me, I always have this, passion. I always have this desire to work, to work for women. Women issues are something. It's something that that inspires me. That give me a burden. And so when I finished my theological studies, I decided that I want to be in a ministry which is not within that, the purview of the church, not in the church setting, but somewhere, where women are also facing different forms of social issues. And so that was when I joined Miklat. And so as I interact with women, for us, we work with girls, women that are also into prostitution. So initially when I joined Miklat, I also have this perception that, women, what mas they are in this kind of trade, I also have this perception. But as I really get into, as I interact with them, as I get to know them, I also realize that, women, they are not doing because they wanted to, but it's because of, situations that have compelled them. They also have their own share of stories, their stories like why they landed, why they started doing those things. And so, as I continue interacting with them, I also got to know that there are people that are also, these women are also women that also they also have emotions. I mean, they also have this thing that it's not their choice, but it's it's situation that have compelled them. Because many of the women that I've come across are like women. They also have their husbands, but their husbands are either they are substance abusers. They're not contributing anything, to the home, and therefore the whole responsibility falls on the women. And many of the women whom I've come across, especially the young girls, they think that coming to Dimapur will offer them better opportunities and better life. But the first place that they land is like the bush joints. Or many people they come, many of the women that I've come across, many of the young girls that we have encountered are like, my own family they brought me here. So, but the first place that they land is like the bush joint, the liquor shops, and also it's not like they come by choice, but it's also people bring them, and then they say they'll offer them jobs, but they offer them jobs in places which are not dignified. And so when we really get into the stories, get to know them, we also see that they have a story. I mean, like nobody will ever say like, oh, I want to be a prostitute one day, yeah. So I mean, after I joined Miklat, I also really got to see them, know them from within, yeah.
So when was the first day of joining Miklat?
So it was in the year 2010, and before I joined the ministry, I first interacted with the former director. So that day, I went and talked to her, and then she also needed to meet me once because, yeah, so that first day she sent me to the outreach, and so that was the first day when it was in the heat of the sun, and then I have to go through, we go to the bush joints, and so in all those smelly, dirty places. But I think she also really wanted me to, get an exposure of what to expect, once you join the ministry. So I think that so after returning from the field work, yeah, I think it also gave me more burden that okay, this is the ministry that I want to do.
You didn't
But
feel like
in
running
2010.
away? Okay, that's a long time. Like,
Long time ago, yeah.
16 years now, right?
Yeah.
16 years since you joined. Firstly, you didn't want to run away when you went to the field. It's such a difficult situation, no? What were you feeling?
Yeah, but I was passionate about, I mean like that, I was interested in women ministry. So I think before I even graduated from, the theological institution, I was prepared that I want to go for a ministry like this.
So, thank you for making me a part of this program. This is, an experience which I will remember in my days to come. Today, I'm in a very different environment, so to say. So, in what way different, I'll tell you later.
Yes. So, ma'am, thank you so much for being here. My first question is, what makes a public prosecutor? I mean, how do you even define a public prosecutor?
Okay, this public prosecutor, the term prosecutor or the role or the duty, responsibility of the prosecutor, like we Nagas have a misconception. Misconception at the same time, sometimes we prosecutors are being ignored even by the state government also. Now, in the legal system, everywhere, there are three wings: the bar, bench, and the prosecution. So, bench is the judge, and bar means those are practicing lawyers, advocates, who comes to the court and defend their clients, defend their accused. And prosecution, we are defending the state. So, for example, a case has been registered, of course, basing on an FIR lodged by an individual, but then it becomes a state case. Now, state versus Mr. X, Mr. Y. So, state versus the accused. So, here we represent the state. So, at the same time, we are representing the complainant also. Because something has happened to him or her and he has lodged FIR, but he or she need not engage a lawyer for his or her case. We prosecutors, we will defend their case. So it is a state case, so we are representing the state as well as the victims, the complainants. So that's criminal cases, and even in civil cases also, we prosecutors, we are representing we are defending the state government. Where state government is a party in any suit, we represent or we defend the state government. So that is the role of the prosecutor.
Yeah, so it's a very different world that you just described.
Yes.
Yeah. But then, what inspired you to study law and then eventually become, prosecutor?
Yes, this law, I also did not have in my agenda, to be very frank, because initially during my school days and immediately after passing out my class 10, I joined science stream. So obviously joining a science stream like either MBBS or engineering, that is every student dream. But when I pass out class 12, say those days we used to say PU first year, second year. So I found myself to be out of the medical arena. So I continued my BSc. I graduated from Kohima Science College, and after that I went with geography major. So I went to Guwahati. Why I choose Guwahati? Because I didn't want to go far away from home. Because my parents were, at the time they were settled in a far away district. I studied in Kohima, but far away from Kohima. So I didn't want to stay far away from home. I chose Guwahati, but then I could not get admission for this MSc. So I was really disappointed. Till the time the LLB did not strike my mind. Then some of my friends who were there, who were helping me out with the admission thing, they suggested me, why don't you join LLB? I think LLB would suit you more. So I thought they are just encouraging me. They saw how disappointed I was, so I thought they're just encouraging me to do something instead of just going by. So okay, just to save at least 1 year, because this gap certificate we need. So I joined, and somehow I went through that 3 years course, passed out my LLB, but then again I was also wondering, I'm not that orator also. So, and then this LLB legal background, we don't have anyone in the family also, a very totally new profession. So how am I going to move into this profession? So I was really wondering. Then after passing out, I came to Dimapur, and then one of my auntie, she knew one of the lawyers. So she introduced me to the lawyer, and I joined his chamber. Back then, he was a very popular lawyer. I was very fortunate. But then again, I was just thinking, when I go through the reports, I find that all the accused, they have done something wrong. That is why they are before the court. So in what way I will defend them? And then we have that misconception. Lawyers are liars. Case to Judy. So that conscience did not allow me also. How can I? They have done it. How can I defend them? How can I say that they have not done it also? In what way? So the 3 years passed, and then I appeared exam, and then very luckily I got this job, and I was appointed as assistant public prosecutor. And there the role, like I enjoyed the role of a prosecutor, and till day I'm enjoying my position. I really enjoy doing it, and and the role of a prosecutor is, like we have to guide the police also, to advise them about the investigation. So yes, that's how I'm enjoying my position.
So you never, as a young girl, you never had a dream of becoming a public prosecutor.
No.
But life just...
Yes, and then I feel that today when I think back all these years, maybe God has made this destiny for me. This destiny for me. Because now I joined service in 2006, and among my colleagues, maybe I'll be the one who have moved to many districts. Because this prosecution, we are very few of us only. So even transfer and posting is not that frequent as NCS officers. NCS officers maximum 3 years, or NPS also 3 years. But I've seen some of my seniors, they have been posted in one particular place for more than 20 years also. They even retire from that place also. But for me, I stayed in Peren, Toinsang, Waka. I took charge of Nongling also. I went to Mon also. So I have traveled to many districts. So getting many experiences. It's like not only about the case, but getting to know the place and the people.
Your geography coming in.
So that made my transfer and posting period very interesting also. So
it's a pleasure to be here, and so grateful to the organizing team for thinking of me, and to be giving a platform to share a little bit of my life. Yeah, but I think it's hopefully this is the shortest shortest talk. Yeah.
Let's see how it goes. Yeah. So you're an educator. What is the philosophy that you apply to being an educator? In the sense, what was your whole approach to stepping out?
When I started Hope Academy, it wasn't because I was like ma'am here. I wasn't passionate, or I never had a dream of opening a school, but it just kind of took its own way. And in the beginning, it was more like I had nothing to do, and I had 2 kids, and my sister saw something in me that I did not see in myself, and I said, okay, let me just start something. But eventually, as I stepped further into it, it became a passion for me. And the philosophy, if you ask me, it's like I just felt that every child needs to be loved, and at that time when I started, there was not many preschools where learning was happening, and my dream was always like our Naga children are equally at par with the mainland Indian people. So I would want our children to be able to compete at that level, and that's what drove me. And I live and breathe my school now. Yeah.
So can you describe the first day of opening your school? How many kids were there, and what was going through your mind?
Well, 2007, January, my doors opened. I think it was the first week, I'm not too sure now. Hardly, I think 6 or 7 students. Everyone, including my daughter and another relative and a few of my friends' children. We were 6 of us. There were 6 of them, and with me and another teacher. But as the year went by, I think the student number increased to 18. And every day I would pray in my office. I was renting out a small bungalow in Riverbell Colony, and I would say, Lord, please send me students. And my prayer was that I will have wait list one day. That was my prayer. And I get emotional every time whenever I talk about this. Yeah. So that's how it happened. And by the end of the year, 18 students, but those 18 students spoke for me. They were really, I don't know, people saw something in them. I think it's because I gave my 101% to these children, and from there, it just multiplied to 40, after 40, the 70, after 70, 100 and something, and then I lost count after that.
Today, what do you think?
Today, we have a little less than 1,800 students, and it's from preschool to class 12. Yeah, with a little less than 200 employees. 2007, it was just me and another teacher, and with another relative who was also helping me. So we were like I'd never called myself the principal also. I was just the owner, and I was the cashier, I was the principal, I was the teacher, I was the sweeper, you know, and I was the gatekeeper, everything. Those are my initial years, yeah.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
Sheila.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've come a long way and, you know, just built up strength to strength now
Yeah.
over the years. So today, how would you describe the culture in your school? Like, what is the, you know, what is the vibe?
Well, right from the start of Hope Academy, I have always kept a very open door policy. We love students, we hug them, we laugh with them, we are friends with them, at the same time we're also the mentors, and I think that has kept up. Teachers and students, their relationship is so strong in Hope Academy. Students are open to teachers, they can approach teachers anytime, not so much as friend and not friends, but there's a very thin line. They're the teachers, the students know that they're teachers, but at the same time, my students have been able to approach their teachers. So I think it's you know, very open, very friendly. We care for each other. We look out for the one who might be left out. So yeah, lagging behind, and also just you know, looking out for a student who might have problems at home. We even have the eye for that. So the vibe is like happy. The vibe is learning is happening. The vibe is everyone loves coming to school. Everyone loves, you know, at the same time, learning is happening. So, you know, everything, I think it's a little joyful. Let's just say,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
we have a joyful environment in the school, yeah.
Yeah. But to arrive at this joyful state today, there must have been so many, like, obstacles to, you know, cross over, challenges to meet.
Definitely.
So, can you just name a few just for us?
See,
who are not in the
initially,
education line
yeah,
to understand?
initially when I started the school, it was a preschool. I had no knowledge, no idea, permission. I did not even know whether we had to take permission, nothing like that. And that time, they said preschool permission na lage. So I just started like that. But then as I progressed, we had to put up a letter to the government, and then the DPTV meeting. After that only we got our permission, and then the education department, they came, and then they would do all the inspection, and then you know, all that happened. But in that process, I was in a very small bungalow. The student numbers started going up. So in my life, in the journey that I've had so far, I've had, you know, God has been so good to me. I've had guardian angels come along. So 2 years in the bungalow was not enough. The space was not enough. Then an uncle said, why don't you come out? He was just building a big building right on the highway. So I went out there, and then the numbers just grew. So then I had to rent the other side of the building also. Then after that, even there it was not enough. Then the present campus that we have now, Naga United, we went and we saw it, and it was too far. But we didn't have the money to buy a land in town because we started from scratch. So that time it was not too expensive. So we purchased there, and my dream was to build a school there, but it was too far. Many people discouraged me. Literally everyone was like, it's too far, it's going to go down, but I prayed. If I tell my story, you'll be here the whole day, so let me just cut it short. I prayed, God answered. Okay, and then after that we shifted there. But once we shifted there, the student number did not go down, but then you know the famous bridge that connects Naga United to Dimapur, it just broke. So then, no option. Then the students had to go cross the river on foot with the hanging bridge. But in all that, no one took TC. Parents and well-wishers saw something, or it was just God's hand guiding me, and you know, so that was one of the major, you know, obstacle for me and my teachers. In fact, we had morning shift. in town, morning shift, evening shift, to accommodate students who live this side of town, and then that side of town, we would take them all around Patkai, so that they don't have to cross because that bridge is working, and those are some of the obstacles. And then after that, obviously, we have to have the money rolling, so loans, searching for loans, and it's not easy. Keeping your fingers crossed and going and asking every bank possible, can you please, and we were a small school then, but NABARD is there, I think NETFI, some relation is there. NETFI saw something in us. Until now we are with NETFI, we've been building and building and building, investing and investing and investing, and the school is what it is today because we have invested back everything, every time. So, and of course after that, CBSE or NBSE, which one do we do? So then everyone was like, oh no, let's do CBSE because there were not too many CBSE schools that time. And then CBSE had a list of, criteria. I spent, I think, 1 whole year not sleeping before the affiliation with the CBSE. Because they came and they literally measured the classrooms. They had to make sure that there were walls and the dimensions, everything they checked. So fortunately, because we knew that we were going to affiliate with the CBSE, we had built our school like that. So after much, sleepless nights, we got the CBSE affiliation, and it has gone, I guess, from strength to strength, and all by the grace of God. I cannot help but say it is all by the grace of God, because the way we have just, I tell in our, like literally with a noose in my nose, God is just pulling me, because that has been that, and yes, we've had many obstacles, but somehow, like ma'am was saying, when we love our job, when we love what we do, I think it's not, it's not a, we feel like it's not even a headache. We just go with the flow, because we love our job so much, we love what we do so much, and of course the obstacles were there. But then when I think about it now, it's like, okay, let me not even mention it, because I think those are not obstacles.
We are celebrating the International Year of the Women Farmer. I mean, if you look at it metaphorically, I mean, we are also all farmers, right? Because we are digging new ground, we are sowing seeds and nurturing the sapling and trying to grow something beautiful in life. No? So I would just, like to say, especially to the young people here, that please take heed of everything that you've heard from our guest speakers. Reflect on it, go home, deepen that experience, reflect on it, and it's amazing. I mean, in that quiet reflection, so many more insights can come up, no, from everything that you've heard. So thank you very much, Alole, Ma'am Tulsinaro and Sashila, for sharing everything that you've shared, and thank you everyone for listening. Being here and listening, and thank you so much, Wenn, for organizing this program and also giving me a chance to be part